we think of exchanges as being equities or options or futures exchanges. We don't really think of exchanges in the over-the-counter market. One of the new things that actually Nasdaq Nasdaq OMX is working on are expanding the asset classes Nasdaq OMX covers. With me to discuss this is Eric Noll, VP of Transaction Services for Nasdaq OMX. Eric, you're starting a fixed income exchange,
Well,
or how are you covering?
It isn't really starting a fixed income exchange. What we're looking at in the marketplace is where can we, in the exchange construct, with transparent bids and offers and the interaction of trading interests, bring value to investors. So one area that we think in which we'll be launching this quarter are going to be options on US Treasuries. And what's a little different about our offering is, well, a lot different about our offering are two key things. One is they're going to be traded on a securities exchange. So this will be housed and traded and cleared just like any other option product that you trade, an equity option or an index option. So you don't have to do anything differently to start trading options on this, as opposed to, and so this will create a venue in which you can do some risk management with US Treasuries. The other key change, I think, or key difference from other products that exist in the marketplace is these will be single CUSIP treasuries. In other words, they will be
like
these will be options,
5-year note or something.
Yeah, options listed on the note that is being issued this quarter by US Treasury. So
now, will that work like a rolling issue, like it'll continue to stay the 5-year, or will it actually decay and be a 4.5, a 4, a 3.5, a 3?
The options will be listed on that specific CUSIP, and they will only apply to that single CUSIP.
Okay.
And as the new quarter comes, we will list new series of options on those new CUSIPs as they become issued.
Oh, that's really interesting.
So it's a product that will always allow you to hedge what's called the on-the-run bonds as they come out. So that's the first step, and we're going to look at other areas where we can either provide, where we can either use exchange technology or exchange functionality, maybe not necessarily in an exchange construct, but a transparent market using exchange technology in a way to provide value for investors in a transparent lit market. So this is step one, I think, of what's going to be a larger story for us as we go forward in time.
That's really interesting. One of the other interesting things that's occurring now on the derivative side is the whole issue around clearing. In the U.S. equities market and increasingly in Europe, we're kind of with a horizontal clearing market. So DTCC clears all our securities trades. But on the futures side, you've got a vertical infrastructure. How do you see this playing out? And there's a big debate in terms of swap futures versus swaps. Swaps are supposed to have horizontal clearing, whereas swap futures, these new products that the CME and ICE are creating, have a vertical clearing structure. And how do you see that playing out? Do you see that changing? Do you see that being a big issue?
I see it representing some real challenges into the marketplace, particularly for those people who are operating or providing CEFs in the marketplace. So it depends on where dealers, where investors, throw their trading weight, if you will, as to which one's going to be successful in the U.S. What we're trying to do in Europe, however, is in this opening that's been opened up about this debate about horizontal versus vertical clearing, is we are launching a new futures exchange later this year in Europe, which will compete with Life and Eurex, and it will be cleared at LCH in a horizontal clearing fashion.
Interesting. So
we're creating a function where we're actually going to create a market that's eligible and expects to be cleared horizontally, and using that really as a competitive tool to providing better service to our customers, lower rates, and actually better clearing functionality.
I assume better risk management.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, with me is Eric Noll, VP of Transaction Services for Nasdaq OMX, talking about expansion into the fixed income world. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Larry.